Hey everybody, I'm Tim Ward and welcome back to Garden Sense. Well, folks, it's the end of July, and believe it or not, I am starting to get some emails from folks who are planning a fall overseed, and they have some questions. Well, it's a little bit early, obviously, to start that, but I wanted to let you all know that sometime in August, within the next 2-3 weeks, we will release our annual fall overseeding video. This will walk you through step-by-step everything that you need to do to overseed your lawn this fall so that it comes in strong, survives the winter, and looks great come the spring. But in the meantime, we do have 3 questions that people have sent in that we want to address here today that do not relate to overseeding. So buckle up, everybody. Let's jump right in. The first question for today is from Ernest. Tim, I'm losing the battle with this creeping Jenny weed. Besides getting down and dirty with it and finding the plant and pulling it out by the vine, is there any chemical warfare that I can forge on it? So there are actually a number of products out there that you can use that will help you kill and control creeping Jenny. Now, the one that we prefer is Image. It's available over at Rosen's Online. This is a very, very powerful weed killer. It's going to take care of that creeping Jenny, about 200 other broadleaf weeds. It takes care of crabgrass as well as nutsedge. Now, when it comes to trying to eradicate something like a creeping Jenny or even like a creeping Charlie or any type of ground ivy when it's in your lawn, is you're going to have to make multiple applications. And the reason primarily for that is because the way it grows, it is so close to the ground. What often happens is when you spray down your lawn, some of that chemical isn't able to physically get down to the weed you're trying to kill. It's going to land on other broadleaf weeds. It's going to land on some of the grass. And so it actually doesn't reach all the way down to something like a creeping Jenny 100% of the time. So what often happens is you're going to kill a portion of it and you're not going to get all of it. And so that's why 2-3 applications are sometimes needed in order to fully eradicate it. But as far as the product goes, I definitely recommend Image. Head over to Rosen's Online and pick up a bottle. The next question is from Jared. Hello, Tim. I live in Burke, Virginia, and have noticed this weed popping up all over my backyard despite having applied the Turf Truss Gallery earlier this year. Is it Three-Seeded Mercury? I have twice applied Image All-in-One to eradicate it. However, that doesn't seem to be doing the trick. Any suggestions on how I can rid my lawn of this weed? All right, so Three-Seeded Mercury is a pretty common weed. However, the chemicals that are needed to kill it are not found in Image, and so it's no surprise that it's not working. What you need is a product that's going to contain 2,4-D or something like a dicamba, and either one of those products will eradicate it. Well, we actually happen to have a product that contains both of those chemicals. It's called Weed Free Zone. It's by VPG Fertilome, and it's available over at Rosen's Online. So go over there, pick up a bottle of Weed Free Zone, and get it down. Again, because it contains 2,4-D and dicamba, it's gonna help take care of that weed for you, lickety-split. The last question for today is from Scott. Hi, Tim. My knockout rose has 2 canes rubbing against each other. I'm enjoying my second flush of blooms now. Can I eliminate one of these canes now, or should I wait until my spring pruning? So this is a great question, and I would actually recommend that you wait until you do that late winter, very early spring pruning to get rid of one of those canes. And here's why. As you know, especially with knockout roses, anytime you prune something back, you run the risk of triggering it to bloom even more. That new growth that's going to come in is probably not going to be able to harden off early enough or quickly enough before the cold months set in. So I would actually not cut off a cane at all. In fact, I would wait until you do your regular pruning. Obviously, you've got some experience with your rose bush, so you know what you're doing. It's a great question, but again, if it were me, just so that we don't run the risk of producing some growth that's not going to survive the winter, I would hold off until you do your annual pruning in the spring. All right, everybody, just a couple final thoughts before we wrap up this week's video podcast. As I said at the beginning of the video, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to release our annual lawn overseeding video. This has become one of our most popular videos. We release it every single year, and we outline step by step, product by product, and all of the timing that you need for overseeding your lawn in the fall, which is frankly the best time to overseed. So you can go ahead and keep sending in your questions if you have them about overseeding. But again, if you'll just be patient and wait a couple of more weeks, we're going to actually release that video and you'll be able to follow those steps and hopefully have the best looking lawn on the block this coming spring. Now, folks, we are entering into August, which means that if your lawn or your area is prone to grub activity, you need to make sure that you have some 24-hour grub killer on your shelf ready to go. This is just a time of year where grubs become active. They start to eat away at the roots of your lawn, and so eradicating them is really important to maintain a healthy lawn. So head over to Rosens Online and pick up some 24-hour grub killer. It's a very, very popular product for us this time of year, and most importantly, it's very effective. Also, as we enter into August, and I talk about this product all the time, I cannot explain this enough. Kickstart is going to be so critically important to the health of your lawn and your plants in these dog days of summer. August, early to mid-September, even a little bit into October. The fact is that things can get really hot, really intense, and Kickstart is going to strengthen the root systems of your lawn, of your plants, and allow them to endure that heat much, much better. We sell it by the bottle, we sell it by the case, so again, head over to Rosens Online and pick up what you need to keep your lawn looking healthy. Folks, if you have questions, whether it is about overseeding your lawn or how to care for a rose bush, or hey, what's this weird weed that keeps popping up, make sure you send your inquiries directly to me. My email is tim@rosensonline.com. I promise that if I receive that email, you will get a response from me, hopefully with a solution that will solve your problem. Folks, we really do appreciate all the time that you've spent with us, and today is no exception. I hope that you folks have an amazing rest of the week. God bless.